Hello, possums. Intrepid viewers, how are you? I'm back from the bush. It's freezing here in Melbourne, totally freezing. It's just ridiculous. But more good news. More good news. The Yeti has to testify in New York. Thank you, Jesus. I just love this. 2 years they've been pushing back, trying to duck and weave and avoid turning up. So the Yeti, Ivanka, and the baby Yeti all have to testify on the 15th. So let's have a look at how that's going to go. Oh, I should move to my Russian cards for this because this is about all the real estate shenanigans, right? And during the week, because they've had to, the New York prosecutors have had to work so hard getting all the documentation, and their valuation companies have been subpoenaed and all of that. So they've got it all now, all of it. So let's have a look at the 15th. When they testify, will they present as a block, as a family? But imagine, it's just such good news. Finally, because so many of us thought at the end of the day, it's going to be the New York charges that are going to bring the Yeti undone. So we have to have a look. So let's have a look with the Russian cards. Trump family under deposition. So I'm looking at them together. Oh, I do love these cards. Oh, look. I hope you're as excited as I am with this. Look. Feast upon these cards. Okay. This is the Hanged Man, which could mean there is some delay in the actual depositions or the hearings or something. But more importantly, they're hung up now. They are seriously hamstrung. Now, underneath the root of the issue, there they are. It almost looks like the Yeti, Giuliani, and Don Jr. Oh, how hilarious is that? But this is businessmen doing deals, right? Like they've done always. In the past position is, this might be Ivana Trump, mother of dragons. This was living the good life. This is the out of control empress. Normally the empress is about, love and bounty and all those good things. But look, the drinks are on the table and it's in the past. The party's over. The party is over. The energy over the issue is the Tower. Here it is, the Tower. Trump Tower. The energy over the issue is all that behaviour. So the Yeti, lest we forget, was born to money and actually managed to lose, I think it was $500 million in his first 20 years or something. So the Tower, in this deck, it doesn't look as catastrophic, but you all know what the Tower looks like now, right? Outcome, time is against them. It's now only a matter of time. Time has run out. All those things about time, right? This is the card. Oh, I am ecstatic. I am so pleased about that. So I doubt they'll be public things, but there should be proper reporting on it and stuff. So after the 15th, even allow for some last minute delays there. But don't you love the way this is happening, intrepid viewers? Years ago, we were saying, oh, you know, when are they going to get their comeuppance? When is it going to happen? And I can remember saying on various videos, you know, we have to be patient. The legal process is very slow. Glenn Kirshner, Neil Katyal, all the legal eagles have said, look, it's slow. But you know what? It's all coming on stream now. Okay. Yeah. Now, tomorrow's hearings, Tuesday in the US. But before I get to that, Elon Musk. Now, his SpaceX Starship, experimental Starship, exploded. Oh, and thank you. A lot of you wrote to me saying I predicted months ago that Musk's deal with Twitter would fall through. Now Twitter are trying to hold him to it, but I said it would fall over, and it has fallen over. So I'm pleased about that. Let's just do a quick look at Elon Musk's immediate future. Starship. Oh, you know, let's wreck the planet and then the rich can fly off to another planet. I mean, what planet are they on? Yeah. Okay, Elon Musk. Ooh, yuck. Ooh, I just got a yucky wave. Ooh, yucky. All right, Elon, let's have a look. A very rare reversal. Is Elon Musk's mother still alive? Does anyone know? This is the Queen of Cups. You know, the loving mother upside down. It's kind of weird that he gets this as his main card and it's reversed. Right, back to Elon himself. With the Page of Wands, this is that youthful boy side. I can make a rocket ship and I'm so rich. I can make it fly, except it blew up in flames. Right? Wands, fire, blew up in flames. Surprise news for Elon. I don't know that he actually wants any more news, because the news he's been getting lately isn't good. None of it's good, right? You know, hundreds of millions of dollars with the Twitter thing. And because he's a spiteful, narrow-minded person, really, he tried to sabotage Twitter's stock rating and stuff so he could buy it cheaper and all of that yucky stuff. I think there might be some surprise news. Oh, theft. Someone stealing from Elon, or Elon stealing something. Or maybe these cards are connected. He might have some complications from those dealings, which were about the stock market. If I cared, I'd do another reading on him now about that. It might make the cut next video, but for now, not so much. But Elon Musk, the problem with doing that really dirty stuff that he did in trying to get Twitter, it's that dirty stuff that really soils your reputation in the end. It's one thing to be known as the tough guy. It's one thing to be known as the no-nonsense, get things done type. It's another to be known as a petty, vicious, sabotaging little toad. And that's where he is now. All right. So we've got, in other news, Lindsey Graham and Giuliani have both been ordered to appear in Georgia for witness tampering. So let that roll on. That's not going to be good for them. So I won't follow it up now. Oh, just a small note on the side, viewers. When I got my news feed this morning about Trump having to cancel the rally in North Carolina because he has to appear in court in New York, I guess that means also online. Some people, the tickets to go to a Yeti rally, right? Now, they range from whatever to the top ticket is $3,955. Who comes up with a sum of money like $3,955? You know, how weird is that? The fact they paid $20 is a mystery to me. To hear him frothing forth with this inarticulate rubbish, you know, imagine the testimonials. It'll be great because he can't keep quiet. I think he actually has issues. He actually can't keep quiet, so he won't be able to shut up. And the used car salesman, sorry, apologies to anyone there who sells used cars, but you know what I mean, because he's only got the worst lawyers left in North America. Even they are going to be beside themselves. Imagine the gobbledygook he will speak. And back to Bannon for a minute. Do you see where his lawyer has asked to be dismissed from defending him because he may be a witness? Rarely happens. Only happens if you know your client has done the wrong thing and you don't want to be tarnished with it. So Bannon, may he drown in his own saliva. Ooh. Okay, moving on. Now, I digress, but this is the best digression ever. In case you missed it, Pete Buttigieg. For some reason, Fox keeps inviting him on every now and again. And every time he goes on, he just destroys them in his quiet, very deliberate manner. They had him on this week. In case you missed this story, it's gold. Anyway, the Fox anchor said, "Oh, Mr. Buttigieg, Brett Kavanaugh went out to dinner and there were all these protesters. You know, don't you think it's terrible that these people are protesting, you know, a justice of the Supreme Court?" And Pete Buttigieg said, well, we're public officials. People have the right to a peaceful protest. But you've got to remember, people are upset with him because he lied to God. So the Fox anchor's going, oh my God, what's happening here? And Buttigieg, in his very quiet manner, said yes. He put his hand on the Bible and he lied to God when he said he would not tamper with existing laws. So people are upset about that. We'll just cut to a commercial break, shall we? Love it. Love it. So we're getting lots of things to hold on to now. That was one of them. So full marks to Pete Buttigieg. Now, moving to tomorrow's hearing, which is the Tuesday hearing, that's about the Proud Boys and the Oath Creepers and all of that stuff. And it's being led by Jamie Raskin, Democrat Maryland. He's been very active in trying to counter the extreme right for 5 years since Charlottesville. I don't know that he's practicing, but his parents are Jewish. Mum, which means he's Jewish, let's face it. His mum was a journalist and his father was an aide to Kennedy. So he cut his teeth with the best and the brightest, right? So Jamie Raskin, who I'd love to see as president one day, and I'm not alone, a few of you have suggested that. But I want to know how the Tuesday hearings are going to go. Jamie Raskin leading them off with this. It's something he's very passionate about and committed to. So will the Tuesday hearings move the dial yet again? I love the way these hearings are just seeping into the culture. You don't want to miss them. Okay, the Tuesday hearings. Let's look. Come on down, folks. All right. So here, now collectively, I'm putting Proud Boys Oath Keepers together. This is now becoming my crying like a proud boy card, right? They're beginning to realize. I don't think for 1 minute, I'll just jump out here, another good digression, forgive me. It doesn't mean it's the end of the far right or anything like that, because when there's a vacuum, someone else will step up. But I'm talking about this generation of leaders, the Torrios, the Stuart Rhodes, all of them. What's happening for them? They're evaluating how much to say, when to say it, who to give up. This is the card of evaluating what's going on here. And they are being literally up before the law, not in the hearing, but with what they are going to say, because they're looking at very, very, very long sentences. So those two cards together tell me they're really weighing up. I might have to give up more than I thought to provide keys to the puzzle, step by step. I spoke to Roger Stone. Roger Stone spoke to Mark Meadows, or whatever. This is the building blocks of the insurrection. They actually do hold the key to that. There's an element of nostalgia here because, well, let's face it, these guys are convinced it's 1862 and the Wild West and all of that. So I'm not surprised the nostalgia card has come up. But they're going to offer something. There's a present being exchanged. And in turn, what I think might happen is the rank and file of those organizations are going to say, these guys sold us out, no, because they're as thick as two short planks, right? Outcome, love this, the beautiful temperance card. So there will be some balance restored after these hearings, because this is sort of a card that's talking about the bigger picture of the hearings, not just what these over-armed cretins are doing. No. This is the bigger picture to bring sanity and balance back to the United States. So go Jamie Raskins. Raskin without the S. Okay. So it's all go, isn't it? Now, still more issues. Biden's going to Saudi in the Middle East in a minute. Oh, I hate this worshipping of oil that's going on, but I think it's worse in that there's talk that he's going to allow arms to be sold again to Saudi. Now, I'm not going to read on that, not because I'm avoiding the subject, but because we've got so much else in front of us right now. But I'm going to put that down for the next video on the other side. This is the problem with the corporate Dems at the end of the day, right? So I don't want to run him down in this context, but I'm going to put it on for next video. Now, okay, Texas, one of the major power companies has come out and said, be prepared for rolling blackouts. Okay, Texas. How's this going to impact Abbott? How's this going to impact Abbott? Texas. Oh, Lordy, mercy me. 4 cards, 3 major arcana. He's not going to get away with this one. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Right. His main card is the Fool. And I spend a lot of time when the Fool comes up saying, look, doesn't usually mean or have to mean foolish. You know, it can be all these other things, fabulous. But you know what? Sometimes it does. Sometimes people walk off a cliff without looking, like Abbott with this. He told people it was sorted out. The grid's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay? No, naughty, naughty. Chariot. Rolling blackout. Rolling chariot. You know, this is going to keep happening. He's going to keep saying we're fixing it. You know, we're fixing it. But you know what? That wears a bit thin. People are going to suffer, and dare I say, in some cases, not make it because of the heat wave and not having a way to get cool. I think this is the same with Florida, you know, with DeSantis. I think it's natural catastrophes and the shortcuts, the bodgy cowboy behavior that's going to bring these guys undone, you know. Oh, my word. Well, we're having an ongoing debate about age. Should people retire and this and that in our comments? As you know, I just think at the end of the day, we need a balance of wisdom and youthful energy. Because you know what? The status quo isn't going to cut it anymore. These are really dramatic times, and they need really fulsome, full-hearted, brave solutions. It's an exciting time. It's very taxing. I do get it. I do get it. It's very taxing. And we're still looking at a few more years of all this as it plays out. But I think in the UK, I think in Australia, I think in the US, in lots of places, we're going to see the Conservatives get worse and worse and worse. We're going to see people, you know, really struggle. But on the other side of that, it's a wake-up call for humanity. Why is it you're paying tax and the radically rich don't? Really basic questions are going to be asked. I'm working 3 jobs. How come I'm struggling? Right? People are going to ask really basic questions. Everywhere else in the first world has free universal healthcare. Why haven't we? That'd be a good question to ask in America. It's not free. It's paid for by your tax. That's why you do pay tax, is so you get the healthcare. Duh. It's free when you need it, is the point. The fairies don't pay for it. People pay for it when they pay their taxes. So instead of that money being used to subsidize filthy fossil fuels, it could be spent on you and your family and your community providing healthcare. There's a novel idea. Okay, so guys, keep the rolling comments. So people in Texas, please make plans. Can you get a generator? Have you got one? Can you help someone else if they're in strife with the heat wave? If you have got a generator, so let me know how you're coping with the heat. So love you lots, and I'll see you next time on the other side of these. Oh, there's more on the hearings. There's always more. I always forget till the last minute. Thursday, the J6 committee was keeping the Thursday open for extra hearings, and they're now rescheduling because they've said we've got some valuable new information. What is that about? You can bet your bottom dollar it's revelations from Cipollone, who's really Cipollone. Okay, bye for now. Adios.